getting ready to sprint. The Scrum Masters will find out very quickly there are a few things they should be checking before the start of every sprint. I've come up with 5 checkpoints. Some of them will become just natural. It's something that you do every sprint, and others we might have to remind ourselves to check on these. The first thing I want to make sure before we start sprinting, before we move into the next sprint, more specifically, before we walk into a sprint planning event, first thing is the product backlog ready? Sometimes I'll refer to the term, is it healthy? Meaning that the product backlog items that the product owner is interested in seeing delivered soon are descriptive. There's associated acceptance criteria. The work has been estimated or at least validated for technical feasibility, and it's been ordered. Number one, number two, number three. Now, verifying that you have a ready product backlog needs to take place sometime before the start of that sprint. Maybe several days before, check in with the product owner to verify, hey, are we ready for this next sprint planning session that's coming up? You do not want to come into sprint planning only to discover that the product backlog is not ready. Second thing, besides the Scrum team participating in sprint planning, is it possible that you might benefit by having important contributing representatives join a portion of that sprint planning session? Maybe there's a new technology that the team is not familiar with. Maybe there's some access that needs to be granted, and there needs to be a discussion about that. Could be the sprint planning session is a good opportunity to bring those additional contributing players to the sprint planning session. Maybe not for the whole session, but for a portion to give them a chance to make that contribution. Third thing, the meeting space. This is one of those that are kind of obvious, but verifying, will it be in person or will it be virtual? Will everybody be comfortable? Is the timing set appropriately for everybody? Normally, the timing is going to be set on a fixed schedule, so that shouldn't be an ongoing concern, but sometimes it's helpful to check and make sure. Fourth, what tool are you using during the sprint planning discussion? Is it helpful for dynamic collaboration? Now, that may be different from a tool you're using to permanently retain the outcomes of sprint planning and other artifacts. I'm talking about something, if you're online, like a digital whiteboard. If you were in person, it's the digital equivalent of us going to a physical whiteboard with markers and sticky notes. Can you do that same type of activity, that same type of discussion digitally with tools such as Miro, Mural? There's plenty of them out there. And fifth, my fifth checkpoint, verify with all the team members that they've had a chance to review their calendars for the period that's crossing the coming sprint. Make sure they're prepared to discuss any capacity adjustments during the coming sprint. Maybe someone is taking holiday. Maybe someone has a couple of days that they need to take off for some personal reasons. Maybe there's a doctor's appointment, etc. This way, when we understand what the capacity looks like, we'll be better equipped to understand how much work we can bring into the sprint. You may have more than these 5, but these are the ones that I tend to keep coming back to over and over again.